Support for this telecast has been provided by Fond du Lac Bank, a division of Morton Community Bank, one of your hometown community banks.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 30th Annual Festival of Lights Parade. It is a beautiful evening for a parade here in East Peoria, Illinois. I'm Matt Robison.
I'm Jill Peterson.
And we have a nice night, unusually warm evening here in East Peoria for a Festival of Lights Parade.
It is very warm. We've had some cold years, but this is a fabulous year. And we wanted to mention that anything that anyone wants to know about the Festival of Lights can be found on www.folepi.org, on the East Peoria Festival of Lights Facebook page, and in the East Peoria Chamber of Commerce's FOLEPI Guide.
And our first of our 34 floats tonight coming into view is the East Peoria Fire Department. This is made of steel, but not the pencil steel of the Parade of Lights floats. The East Peoria Fire Department's ladder truck is here tonight, driven by Assistant Fire Chief Ryan Beck. He and his family aboard. This is actually truck number 1 from the city of East Peoria. It's got a ladder on this truck that raises 75 feet tall.
Kids just love to see a fire truck come down the street.
They get excited with those lights.
They sure do.
Color Guard is coming into view. Everyone is standing and showing their respect for these gentlemen and our nation's flag. We also remember all the brave servicemen and women who are currently serving or have served our country. Proudly displaying our country's colors is the Color Guard from East Peoria VFW Post 2078.
And here is Felipe, our festival mascot. He is portrayed by Mason Bohr, the 18-year-old son of AJ and Heather Bohr. AJ was Felipe for many years, and he's passed this on to his son. He's followed by the American flag, showing its symbolism for our country with its 13 stripes and field of blue and twinkling stars. Our flag is illuminated with 2,000 sparkling lights.
And here's our trolley, streetcar trolley, transporting members of our very own East Peoria City Council and their families along the parade route tonight. The Festival of Lights trolley has 14,000 lights, measuring more than 25 feet long. It's 8 feet wide and 10 feet tall.
That was Mayor Mingus in the front. That's Commissioner Decker and his family.
Commissioner Jeffers,
yes. And Commissioner Jose and his family. Here comes Wally, the Festival of Lights version of the lovable robot. Our Wally's name is spelled a little bit differently because he's named for a longtime festival volunteer. Wally is illuminated with 5,000 LED light bulbs, and all of our parade floats are lit with LEDs. They are brighter and just more vibrant than the old mini lights that we used to use.
And you can hear that steam train coming. It's the tallest and longest float that's in the parade tonight. It's the steam train. It's got more than 160 feet long, and it is 15 feet tall with more than 65,000 lights on it. It's got 5 different sections as you see them coming in front of us right now. It's got the steam engine, it's got a coal car, a flat car carrying a huge Christmas tree, passenger car, caboose obviously at the end, and occasionally you will see steam coming from the smokestack and around the wheels, another kid and family favorite.
Yep, the EP and W Railroad. The EP Noel Riverboat is making its way along the route. This has been a parade fixture for many years. In the early years of the parade, the floats were built of wood and paper mache and illuminated with lights. And the Noel debuted in the 3rd parade as the first float constructed with pencil steel. The Noel is 56 feet long, 14 feet wide, and 14 feet tall.
It's a giant bear coming down on his sled, having great fun. He would have a good time in all the hills in East Peoria. And he
Absolutely.
would probably win a good number of races. He's 20 feet long. He's 13 feet wide. He's also 13 feet tall, and he's covered with 17,760 lights.
Jamming down the street is the electric guitar float, ready to play all types of music. This instrument is really rocking with all those musical notes floating above it. This guitar is covered with 2,000 lights and measures 15 feet long and 11 feet tall.
This is a crowd favorite, too, with all the different colors, not typical
Especially purple.
colors. That's a
Purple
good one.
lights.
And taking whale watching now to a whole new level. There you see the whale, followed by little baby Shamu. This is covered by 15,000, mostly blue. There's those LED lights that just pop in this evening
Oh, yeah.
sky. It's a Festival of Lights whale is 25 feet long and 14 feet tall, and there is baby Shamu.
Baby Shamu is cute. Following the mama whale. Please welcome the 2014 Festival of Lights Queen and her court as they ride in the festival's replica of a 1957 Chevy convertible. This year's Festival of Lights Queen is Asia K. Dang, 16, the daughter of Cynthia Young and Alan Service. Her attendants are first runner-up Lauren Trenchitella, 16, the daughter of Brian and Jennifer Trenchitella, and second runner-up Tessa Colburn, the 16-year-old daughter of Rick and Katie Teakin. They're riding in the 57 Chevy float, which is illuminated with 14,000 lights and measures more than 27 feet long, 9 feet wide, and over 8 feet tall.
And here is the dinosaur. Perhaps dinosaurs like this gigantic brontosaurus did once roam the area that's now Washington Street in East Peoria. The Festival of Lights brontosaurus is certainly impressive. It's 44 feet long, it's 12 feet wide, almost 14 feet tall, and covered with 35,000 lights, which makes him perhaps, wait for it, a Brightosaurus.
Brightosaurus.
Another crowd favorite. A lot of great color on that.
This dragon named Puff lives by the Illinois River rather than by the sea and blows billows of smoke from his nose as he makes his way along the parade route. Illuminating Puff are 17,000 lights. Even though Puff's a very large dragon at 35 feet long, 13 feet tall, and over 12 feet wide, he's a pretty nice, gentle fellow.
Friendly dragon.
Yes. And Puff is followed by Baby Puff. Baby Puff is frantically flapping his wings as he tries to catch up with Mama.
That's
And
a great
Mama's-
dragon noise we're hearing in the background, too.
Oh yes, Mama's saying, hurry up, catch up with me.
There's our Duesenberg. The Festival of Lights has quite an impressive collection of vehicles, including our very own Duesenberg. It's a replica of the luxury automobile, which was made in Auburn, Indiana, from 1913 until 1937. Our Duesenberg is 31 feet long, it's 8 feet 10 inches tall, and it's illuminated with 13,000 beautiful lights.
The monster truck is a favorite for the rough and tumble in everyone. The dimensions of a toy truck were scaled up to create this float, which measures 18 feet long, 11 feet wide, and 11 feet tall. It's covered with 10,000 sparkling lights.
One of those nice changes over the years, seeing the motion of the lights.
Oh yes, yeah, back in the early years they couldn't do any of that kind of animation.
And some more on this, our toy tank. Just think how big plastic toy army men would have to be to go along with this tank. It's been a few years since the Festival of Lights toy tank has been in the parade routes, back this year. And this tank is illuminated with approximately 8,000 lights. I like the little wind up on the back.
Yep, just another example of the animation on the floats. Here comes Terry the Tractor, the hero in the series of stories for kids aged 3 through 10. Terry and his friends encounter real-life jobs and problems and solve them through hard work and new skills. It's a great book series. And he's being driven tonight by the Terry the Tractor author, Mike Rucker. Terry is illuminated by 5,000 lights.
And coming into view, here comes Frosty. He is thumping down the parade route this evening. This Frosty is a replica of one of the original floats from 30 years ago. He even waves to the crowd. Frosty the Snowman comes in 18 feet long, 6 feet wide. He's 12 feet tall, 9,200 illuminated lights on Frosty. Here's our toy train. It's a sign of the holiday season as a toy train might be circling under your tree, maybe in the middle of the shopping mall, but this Festival of Lights toy train is not very small. It would not fit under a small tree because it's 65 feet long.
Absolutely not.
This train has 4 cars, a locomotive. It's got a coal car, it's got a freight car, and bringing up the tail end is the caboose. They're all illuminated with 17,000 lights, and I like the tilt. Seems to be moving quickly.
Makes it look like it's going really fast. And up next is the USS East Peoria Enterprise blasting its way down Washington Street. This starship measures 14 feet tall, 57 feet long, and nearly 22 feet wide, and utilizes 48,000 lights. The Enterprise is one of the most complex floats ever constructed from an engineering standpoint because of the way the saucer sticks out in front, and they actually have to fold up parts of that saucer to get it into the bay where they fix and work on Festival of Lights floats.
I think it's one that people look forward to every year.
It's very definitely a crowd favorite. Here come the duck and ducklings. People just can't help but smile when they see the duck and ducklings float. Our duck and ducklings are illuminated with 19,500 blue, white, and amber lights as she weaves her way along the parade route with her babies behind her. The ducks are 62 feet long, and everyone along the parade route just gets a warm and fuzzy feeling when they see the ducks' arrival.
It's another one of those nice little changes they've made over the years, is it's able to kind of get back and forth across the street, come towards the crowd, away from the crowd, weave back and forth.
Right.
There's another crowd pleaser. Speaking of moving back and forth across the street tonight, the bunny delighting everyone as he keeps going and going and going along the parade route tonight. From the bottom of his toes to the top of his ears, he is 14 feet tall. He is illuminated with 7,000 lights.
There he goes, spinning.
Tracks a lot of miles. Weaving and bobbing back and forth.
There he goes. There he's spinning. Oh, and the crowd's cheering for him. The TIE Fighter is on patrol tonight on the parade route, making sure everything goes smoothly. The spacecraft has the speed to outrun any enemy warship. Measuring 14 feet long, 12 feet wide, and almost 12.5 feet tall, the TIE Fighter is illuminated with 6,500 light bulbs. There's a lot of color in this TIE Fighter.
It's a crowd pleaser when it first came out. It's a crowd pleaser again. More Star Wars movies coming out soon, and it's certainly a crowd favorite.
Oh, yes.
And Joe, I think this would be a great time to thank our sponsor of tonight's broadcast.
Yes, a special thank you to Fond du Lac Bank, a division of Morton Community Bank, one of your hometown banks, for making this telecast possible. We greatly appreciate their support of the Parade of Lights.
A great view as the floats extend down the street.
So colorful.
Speaking of multiple colors, this is our Chinese dragon weaving back and forth along the street tonight. The Chinese dragon may look a little bit scary with his sharp teeth and fire-snorting breath. He's just trying to show off. Well, you would show off too if you were 90 feet long and contained 21,000 lights. There's that steam coming out.
And the back half of this float changes colors if you look closely, changing from red to green and then back to red again.
There's some great shots. You can see just the brightness of those LED lights.
I like how his forked tongue seems to hang there. And then the steam coming out.
There you see that color changing in the back.
And there he just snakes along the street. just amazing to think that all these lights are put on by hand by volunteers. There are no machines to put these lights on.
It's certainly become a year-long process to maintain and keep these floats going.
Yes. It does take a year to put this all together. Same bat time, same bat channel. Here comes the classic Batmobile, like the one on the TV series that was from the late 1960s. There's Batman leading the way, so you wonder, is Robin driving the Batmobile tonight? The Parade of Lights Batmobile has a 28-foot long frame and a 12-foot wingspan and is lit with 12,000 lights.
Kids certainly enjoy watching Batman walking along with the Batmobile this year.
Oh, definitely. Maybe Batgirl's driving the Batmobile. And there's the flames coming from out behind the Batmobile. News 25 and WHOI 19 meteorologist Chuck Collins is riding on the television float, which shines with 3,000 lights. Hi, Chuck.
He's got a nice night to be on that float tonight.
He does. There he's saying hi to everybody in the crowd.
And he's followed by our friendly Triceratops making her annual Parade of Lights appearance. This is a dinosaur that roamed and ruled the Earth over 200 million years ago. The Festival of Lights Triceratops has 25,000 dazzling lights. It stands 14 feet tall. It's 48 feet long. Some of those dimensions we mentioned, it's hard to process how big and how many lights and how much time that takes.
And a lot of the floats are created from toys that were then scaled up massively to these wonderful lighted creations.
Everybody likes dinosaurs. That's another.
Dinosaurs are just fun. It's fun to think of them walking around in East Peoria. One of the festival's most popular floats is inspired by the famous Anheuser-Busch Clydesdales. This float took almost 1 year to build. There's 8 horses, and each horse is lit with about 400 lights. They're pulling a replica of the Studebaker wagon, making this float 70 feet long, 12 feet wide, and 8.5 feet tall. And it's illuminated with 50,000 lights.
And here's our chopper motorcycle. Tonight actually would be a great night to ride on the chopper motorcycle. The Festival of Lights motorcycle features a multitude of red, clear, amber, green, and there you see the blue lights as well, and a revving engine. The motorcycle is lit with 15,000 lights. It's 19 feet long, 6 feet wide, and it is 10 feet tall.
The Festival of Lights hook and ladder fire truck is scaled to the exact measurements of a real fire truck. This truck stands more than 11 feet tall and is 65 feet long and has 27,500 LED lights. This vehicle reminds us of the men and women who serve here every day, protecting us when answering a call for help. It's actually got 2 drivers, one in the front, and then one sitting in the cab in the back.
I like listening to the crowd's reaction as the back end of that comes a little bit closer and closer to them.
Oh yes, they love that. There's Steve Minner driving in the back, longtime City of East Peoria employee.
Nice wide shot of how big that float is.
Like I said earlier, kids love to see a fire truck coming down the street, and tonight they got to see 2.
And here's our robotic dog ready to play all day. It's a large dog. I would need a big collar on that thing. 14 feet long, 6 feet wide. He's 12 feet tall and has 12,713 lights precisely.
The Rebel Alliance Jedi Warrior X-Wing Starfighter is flying along the parade route. This float is 12 feet tall, 45 feet long, and has 18,000 lights.
They are zipping along, and I have to say that might be my favorite.
And it's just who we've been waiting for all evening. It's Santa Claus. Santa comes to East Peoria direct from the North Pole to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Let's hear if we can hear him tell everybody Merry Christmas. Hi, Santa. He's in a reindeer-pulled sleigh illuminated with 8,000 lights.
Never see one of the many details in these floats. You see the motion of the reindeer going back and forth. There he's talking and
Merry
wishing
Christmas,
everyone
Santa.
a Merry Christmas indeed. And there you see the motion on those reindeer.
That's a pretty big sleigh for sitting on that house, but Santa's magic, so I imagine that's going to be something he can do, land on houses both small and large.
And as we see the floats exiting our cameras here tonight, Joe, it's hard to believe we've had 30 years of these parades coming down the streets of East Peoria, from the papier-mâché days and families on floats, on their own floats, and nativity scenes. It is remarkable the changes and what has happened to this Festival of Lights parade over the years.
Absolutely, Matt. We used to do floats made for daytime that we put nighttime lights on, and now you see we've transitioned so well into the pencil steel floats of today. People come from far and wide to see these displays. They just can't believe that these are all made by volunteers and every light is put on by hand. It's just unbelievable from 30 years how we have progressed and grown this annual parade and Festival of Lights.
So while the parade is over, we still have many activities throughout East Peoria for people to enjoy.
We have events the entire month of December. The narrated nativity scene at Springfield Road and Taylor Street.
The new FOLEPI'S Gifts Galore Shop and Stroll.
That's from 2 to 7 p.m. December 13 in the historic Four Corners District. The Doreen Home Place Historic Holiday Traditions Open Houses, December 7 and 14 from 1 to 4 p.m.
The Festival of Lights Holiday Cruises aboard the Spirit of Peoria.
Eastlight Theater's Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which runs through December 14.
The Get Lit New Year's Eve Fun Run.
That's at 11:50 p.m., December 31, New Year's Eve, in FOLEPI'S Winter Wonderland. FOLEPI'S Enchanted Forest, which is located in the Levy District, which is East Peoria's new retail downtown area.
Another holiday tradition for Central Illinois families, FOLEPI'S Winter Wonderland drive-through display, which opened on Thanksgiving night.
Yes, that's open through December 31 and is also open on Christmas Eve and Christmas night. Cost is $10 per carload to get in. A little bit more if you have a full-size charter bus. So pile the kids in, safely of course, and take them through our wonderful drive-through electric park.
And we want to thank you for joining us for tonight's telecast. It has been a wonderful evening, Jill.
It has been a fabulous evening, Matt, and we want to let everyone know that this telecast will be available on FOLEPI.org and on the East Peoria Festival of Lights Facebook page.
And we are now going to leave you with scenes from FOLEPI'S Winter Wonderland. Have a great evening and Merry Christmas.
Thanks for joining us and have a happy holiday season.
Support for this telecast has been provided by Fond du Lac Bank, a division of Morton Community Bank, one of your hometown community banks.